my channel once again. Omobeejay is my name, and I love to create content about God, lifestyle, gratitude, and every other thing that excites me. Returning subscribers, thank you very much. Yeah, you guys are the real MVP. And if you're new to this channel, okay, please, I would like you to join the family. Please click the subscribe button. Please click the subscribe button and enjoy all the exciting stuff available on this channel, and also let's grow this community together. Okay, so today's video, what is it gonna be about now? A couple of weeks ago I saw this what should I call it now, this news that was in circulation, and I had a couple of friends come into my DM to ask me how true it was, and I gave them the answer there and then, but I just felt, let me just do a video and let people know what it is. So what's this news that we're talking about now? So a couple of weeks ago there was this news that nurses and teachers and some other categories of people, they don't need IELTS to relocate to the UK. And I had someone come into my DM to clarify, and I'm like, you still need IELTS. But when I read through what the news was, I would not totally say that the news is wrong, but I'll just explain how you still need IELTS in spite of that news, so that we can know what the real information is. So now I'll get into the video. Okay, so the information was such that nurses, teachers do not need IELTS, and one NARIC. So for the purpose of this video, I'll just call it NARIC, but the full meaning is National Recognition Information Center of the UK. So the news was such that you don't have to use IELTS, or you can now use NARIC in place of IELTS. I think that was it. What I just want to do in this video is just to explain what both terms mean, explain what you need IELTS for, and let you know why IELTS is still needed in spite of this information. Okay, so before October 2019, usually 2 IELTS were required. You need one for your NMC registration. NMC is Nursing and Midwifery Council registration with the UK. And then you need another one for UK visas and immigration. I processed mine before the set date, so I had to use 2 IELTS. Then people usually would want to do 1 IELTS, which is the IELTS for UKVI. It's quite different from the standard IELTS. The IELTS for UKVI is solely for UK visas and immigration. So before October 2019, that was the IELTS required for UK visas and immigration, and it cost 97k. So even after you have written the standard IELTS and passed it, by the time you get to the visa processing stage, you have to write this UKVI so that you'll be able to process your visa. But October 2019 came, and there was a circular that said that you don't have to write IELTS for UKVI again as a professional if you have proved your English to the professional body you are registering with. More like, I have proved English to NMC UK. I am now at the UKVI stage. I don't have to write IELTS for UKVI again. That was the clause that was released then. So then, back then, before October 2019, is either you do this IELTS for UKVI, and the requirements for nurses then was, I think, overall of 4. So it was one ridiculously low score. So that time you find people, they'll just write 1 UKVI, 1 IELTS, that's the IELTS for UKVI, and then they tend to use it to process both. I also wanted to do the same thing, but I didn't meet the requirements for NMC registration, so I had to write another IELTS that I used for NMC registration, and then I used that for UKVI for my visas and immigration. But that was because it was before October 2019. But since October 2019, that was removed. So the IELTS for UKVI, the option at that time was, is either you do IELTS for UKVI, when you get to the visa processing stage, is either you provide a valid IELTS for UKVI result, or you do the NARIC. The NARIC thing. The NARIC thing is National Recognition Information Center for the UK. And what was this NARIC thing about? It was more like you submit your transcript and a couple of other things from your school, and then it is going to be, there is like a valuing system. it is going to be valued, and they would see, compare, and see that, okay, oh, this person English, it is at par, based on what this person has provided, it is at par with a 7.0 score, 6.0 score, 5.5 score, 8.0 score. It depends. A friend of mine that I knew did it. When she did hers, that was long before 2019, it was at par with 7.0, and at that time they needed just 4.0, so she was able to use it. But when I was processing, the NARIC thing was almost like, I don't even know what it means. Like, it is just now that I'm doing this, that I had to go research some things about it. Like, okay, what is it about? Because at that time I knew that they said it was more expensive, number one, and such that people would rather just to do your IELTS for UKVI and move on, rather than go through the NARIC process, because it was more expensive, and you don't even know whether what is on your transcript is what they want to see in while they are doing their valuing something. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So we did not delve into it, and it wasn't a sure thing. Lots of people didn't want to do it. You just rather do your UKVI and just move on. So that was what the NARIC thing was about. And also on that NARIC, it was such that it's not just anybody that can present NARIC result and say, okay, I want to do the NARIC. It was only for university graduates. So for people who went to schools of nursing, it is sure that if you wanted to use NARIC at that time, you cannot use the NARIC, because it's not a university transcript you are providing. So knowing what the NARIC is and knowing what the UKVI is, we know that this was before October 2019. This is after October 2019 now. It is no longer needed, because the circular, the memo, the Home Office has said, as long as you have registered, you have proved your English with your professional body, you don't have to prove your English when you get to the UK visas and immigration stage anymore. So like, the information was like, it was stale and it was not needed, because it was stale because it was as far back as October 2019, number one. And then number two, as long as you've written your IELTS for NMC UK, you don't even need another IELTS anymore. So the fact that people are saying you don't need IELTS, it is wrong, because you don't need IELTS for UK visas and immigration, and you cannot get to the UK visas and immigration stage if you have not registered with NMC. So the IELTS you need for NMC is still very much there, like very much needed, where you need to have an overall score of 7, and you need to have a score of 7 in listening, 7 in reading, 7 in speaking, and 6.5 in writing. So after you have that IELTS and you've proved it to them, when you get to the UK visas and immigration stage, you don't need another IELTS anymore. So basically, that is what the news is about. Yes, I won't deny that there are some professionals that this may not apply to, such that they probably do not have to register with a professional body, and then they get to the visas and immigration stage, and then they still have to provide an IELTS for UKVI or the NARIC. Yes, that is very possible. But for the purpose of this video, is for nurses and for, I would say, health workers, because I think the same also applies to doctors. They also have to prove their English to their professional body, GMC, before they get to the visas and immigration stage. So as long as you are getting registered with a professional body and you have proved your English to that professional body, when you get to the UK visas and immigration stage, you do not need an IELTS for UKVI, and you also do not need a NARIC score. I don't know if somebody understands what I just said, but it's as simple as that. So long and short, there is IELTS for UKVI, and there is also IELTS for NMC registration. IELTS for NMC registration is still very much needed. What was cancelled in 2019 October was the IELTS for UKVI. Yeah, so we still need to write IELTS. That's the long and short of this video. I hope this helps. Anyway, if you need any more clarifications, I'm more than happy to respond. Just let me know in the comment section below. And till you see me again on here, I remain your darling Omobeejay. Remain in God, and God bless you. Bye.